Okay, greetings, everybody. How are you doing today? It's a pleasure having you all here. I repeat, it's a pleasure having you guys here. And of course, we are here to talk about the business of trading. Yes, we're here to talk about the business of trading and, of course, how we can make some pips, how we can make some money, how we can better our lives financially, and, of course, also based on freedom. Because at the end of the day, the goal is financial freedom, right? The goal is financial freedom. So if you are here with me live, kindly introduce yourself. Just tell us your name and where you are connecting to us from. I repeat, just give us your name and where you are connecting to us from, right? I repeat your name and where you are connecting to us from. So as we said, it's a pleasure having you here. And of course, my name is Tolu of CSA Forex. CSA Forex stands for Common Sense Approach to Forex Trading. Common Sense Approach to Forex Trading. And of course, my academy, what we do is to educate traders on how to trade the proper way, how to make use of the information, how to analyze the market in order to what? In order to make pips while minimizing the risk and then maximizing the reward at the end of the day, right? So it's a pleasure having you guys here. And of course, we are here under the platform of Trading Live. So we say thank you to Trading Live for giving us this platform. Now, guys, today is strictly for our Q&A. I repeat, today is strictly for our Q&A, question and answer session. That's what we have for today, right? You can see I have a trade running here on Euro USD. I would have loved to have explained this. I was able to place a few trades, right? And of course, if you look at this trade, it was a buy. So this is a CT trade, a counter trend trade, but it looked very ripe for the clocking. We always say as a trader, you must always know what the other party wants to do. Just like you are playing chess, we are playing Monopoly, you must always have an idea that if you do this, what would the other person do, right? And then you have an idea where the buyers want to enter, where the sellers want to enter, and also where they both want to exit, right? So we could talk about this trade maybe sometime next week during our live market analysis session. And of course, we have a few other trades that we have running as well. And they're doing well so far. And of course, the stop loss has been adjusted accordingly. And they're more or less risk-free trades. But we are here today for Q&A, and then we want to discuss your own trading. Tell us about your trading. That's why I said, let us know your name and where you are connecting to us from. My name, once again, is Tolu of CSA Forex. The CSA Forex My Academy, it stands for Common Sense Approach to Forex Trading. Common Sense Approach to Forex Trading. But then this can be used for any trading whatsoever, any trading instrument, whether it's Forex or cryptocurrency or commodities or equities or whatever the case might be. You could use this information to trade and become profitable at the end of the day, right? Great. So guys, let us know where you're connecting to us from. Throw your questions at us, and then we'll look at them together, and then we would call it a day at a good enough time. I also hope that this week that the trading has been profitable enough for you, or the trading has been a good one. If you are still new to the business, hope you have been able to learn a thing or two from the Trading Live platform, either from the webinars that we have been conducting or whether the webinars of other facilitators as well, right? So let us know. Okay, great. So looking at the comment section I have here, I don't really have too many questions as such, but I can see somebody saying, is gold okay? Now, what do you mean by is gold okay? I would definitely need some more explanation, clarifications on what you mean by is gold okay. I believe they are all okay, depending on what exactly you are talking about. Don't forget, yesterday also, for those who were here yesterday, we talked about the step-by-step trading procedure how you should be looking at the market. So I'm just going to go through that and wait for questions. And if no questions, then we can as well call it a day pretty much early. We know today is Friday, TGIF, and of course, Friday, the market tends to, get a bit light, as also we have a lot of traders that tend to do profit taking. Fridays is notorious for profit taking, as some traders like myself, I don't like holding trades over the weekend, or maybe some traders just want to cash out, make withdrawals, and use it for the weekend, use it to, have fun during the weekends, the spoils, the profit, and so on, right? So that is that for the trading process. So first things first, for your step-by-step trading process, we always say you must check the news, always check the calendar. This is a must for everybody. You must check the calendar. And when we say the calendar, we have the Forex Factory. I'm just going to quickly breeze through that quickly while I still wait for questions. If you look now in front of you, here is the calendar. And you can see the calendar started from even from Sunday, that's May 14th, all the way to Saturday here. But this is for the week. This is the week. And the week is from Sunday to Saturday. It's actually 7 days. You can see the news, the high impact news, because we turn off using the filter. We turn off the low and the medium impact. We use only the high impact over here, which is red. These are the currencies, these are the news, these are the outcomes over here to let us know whether it is a buy or it is a sell for that currency. So these are all the news, and we must always check this first things first. Today is Friday, as we said, and the only high impact news that we have today is coming up by 4 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. UK time. The time now is about 2:06 p.m. UK time, and you can always convert this to your own time zone by using the time over here. Click on the time, and then it gives you this drop down, right, that you can use to change it to your own time zone, and then it would match what you're looking at, right? So if you look over here, this news is to 4 p.m., which is about 2 hours from now. Okay, so with that said, your trading process, step-by-step trading process, first things first, check the calendar, the news from what we have over here. And then the next thing is to what? The next thing is to cross over to your charts, the technicals. We have the fundamentals, and then we have the technicals. So once you cross over to your charts, the next thing to do is to establish the directional bias. Is the market in an uptrend? Is it in a downtrend? That's the next thing. And then after that, you decide on what you want to do. If the market is in an uptrend, if you are a trend trader, that means that you are deciding to buy, because buy is with that trend up, and then when the trend is down, you're looking forward to selling. That is following the trend. If you are a counter trend trader, then you know you'll be doing the opposite. In an uptrend, you're looking forward to selling. In a downtrend, you're looking forward to buying. And these are very, very doable. Maybe in another session, we'll talk about counter trend trading, because there are opportunities both ways at the end of the day. You just need to know how to look at the market, whether as a trend trader or as a counter trend trader. And then when you know what you want to do, you will now know where you want to do that thing. That is the support, resistance, supply, demand that we talk about on a regular basis during our live market analysis sessions. Today is for Q&A. Guys, for you just joining us, today is for our question and answer sessions. And here we're going to be looking at general questions. You ask questions and we look at them together just to help you out quickly within the short period of time that we have, right? And then when you know where you want to enter the market, you now have your entry, you know your entry trigger based on probably your price action candles. That means that you are telling a story. I repeat, you are telling a story of how you place a trade. So that means that after a week or a month or 6 months, you can go back in time and you see that play, and obviously you remember the reason why you took the trade and so on, right? And that is how to look at the market, how to trade. The next step is exit. Put in your exit or stop loss and take profit. Stop loss and take profit are both exits. Stop loss is exit for loss. Take profit is exit for profit. and then your trade management, finally your trade management. Now let me cross over to the comment section and see the comments that we have over here, or the questions that we have, and then we'll look at them together. Okay, let me see. Dana Carpenter said, just curious, how many trades per day or week do you make, just to have a better understanding? Okay, for the major currency pairs and gold, the major currency pairs and gold that I watch, right? There are about 8 instruments, and on an average, if it's a good week, I could have about 4 trades thereabout in a week. That is in a week. That means that I do not place trades every day. As a matter of fact, there's some days that I do not even trade. And of course, that is based on my trading journal. Trading journal is something that is very important for everybody to have. When you have a trading journal, it's going to help you based on your results, your past results. The more results that you have will help you to understand yourself better as a trader, right? And that's what I have been able to understand with respect to the trading journal. So averagely, I could have 3 to 4 trades in a week. There could also be some weeks that you don't have any trades whatsoever. Now, as we said, like now I'm holding a few trades. Now I have the Euro USD, and these were CT trades as well. I can see they've gotten to the areas of interest for trend traders. Here is an area of former support that now acts as resistance, and you can see this is the pin bar in the trading step-by-step trading process. We talked about the price action for trigger. If I were to enter or place trades on a Friday, because I hardly place trades on Fridays, then this would have been one I would have jumped in on. But because I placed this one here yesterday as a CT counter trend trade, right? Especially depending on how you look at it, because this could also be a trend move from a lower time frame, but I will not dive into that so that I don't confuse anybody with respect to that. But then I placed this trade and I was trying to get out here fully for the last profit. But let's see how it goes. This one could as well come all the way down and take me out, no problem. I've adjusted my stop loss, and that is where we said make sure your exit for stop loss and take profit are also there and in place. Okay, that's for Dana Carpenter. Then let's see. Let's see what else do we have here. Hoa Mary said, is that a head and shoulders on 30 minutes trying to form? On 30 minutes on what instruments? Let's know the instruments we're talking about as Hoa Mary. If you know the instruments, then we could look at it together. Don't forget, this is Q&A session. I'm not going to be talking about my trades or trading strategy or live trading analysis. This is questions from you we want to look at. And of course, if no questions, then we can as well call it today. Today is Friday. This is a good time for me to relax for the weekend. Okay. Sharon Richard said, do you use the EMA or SMA 20? Unfortunately, I don't use the moving average, whether it's the exponential or the simple moving average. I don't use moving average. There are 1,000,001 trading strategies out there, and I use the simple price action support resistance trading strategy, or you could use strategies based on moving average crossovers, or you could use Bollinger Band, or whatever the case might be. You use Elliott waves and so on. There are 1,000,000, trust me. There are just too many trading strategies out there. Okay, let me see if we have any other question. Liz Gladstone said, what do you think about the 4H closing right at support? Which instruments? It would be good for us to know the instruments you are talking about, and then we could also put it up on the charts and then look at them as well. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Somebody said, I have analysis paralysis. It tends to happen. Having analysis paralysis, I would always advise maybe stop switching time frames, because time frame is something that can easily cause analysis paralysis. And then just trust yourself. Make sure you're using the proper risk, or you could even use the smallest volume out there, 0.01. so that even if it's a loss, it is not so painful and it's not triggering that aspect of your emotions where you are afraid to place trades or analysis paralysis or whatever the case might be. Okay, I can see some people saying good evening guys, for those just joining us. That means that where you are is evening, and as we said earlier, we're thanking Trading Live for this opportunity to be here from different parts of the world. And please let us know where you are connecting to us from, right? As Morton White, hope I pronounced your name well, said good evening. Probably, I don't know where you are, that you will think good evening. I know in the UK now it's about 2:15 p.m. and that's in the afternoon. And my own time Pacific is just after 6 a.m. here. And then you can see Kid Gauss Worthy said good morning. That's what Kid Gauss Worthy said good morning. Okay, so whether it's morning or afternoon or evening, everybody, you're welcome. Do ask your questions. This is the Q&A session today. And if no questions, we can as well call it today. Somebody is saying, Gavin Houston is saying, Coach, I understand smart money, but I still got a little bit dilemma how mark them correctly. What do you mean how to mark them? If you look at the charts or the chart in front of you, this is support and resistance. We have some supply and demand inside as well. And I always say when you're marking your charts, you need to look at how the chart is moving. When you see a chart moving in this manner, as you can have in front of us here, down, you can see you have some movements in this manner like this, moving down like this. The next thing is to mark your areas here using these lows here. These lows will now act as resistance, and then you wait for price, patience. You wait for price to get there, get your trigger, and then watch it go down, hopefully in your favor. This is also for trend trading when you're waiting for price to retrace to this area. So just make sure you understand your strategy, right? And then do your markings and you should be good to go. Yes, Yehudi LC, you are indeed correct. Yehudi LD, J Power, Jerome Powell will be on the wires in a bit. That's like approximately 2 hours from now. So we could expect some volatility with respect to the dollar. But of course, Powell is representing the United States, right? So expect some volatility that should occur around that period. And then, of course, if you are in a trade based on the dollar, make sure you tidy it up. You could do partial close, you could do trailing stop. Make sure you just have your trade management technique in place, just in case of anything, right? Make sure that is also good to go as well. Okay, then let me see as well. Any other comments? I see gold head into 1950 daily support. That's not a question. FFC member Bowman speaks. That's why gold went up. Okay, let's just see some comments here. Beautiful. I can see Peter Betha said, good morning from Jamaica. Awesome. Beautiful. Jamaica is definitely in the building. You're welcome, Peter. If you have a question, feel free to ask. And if no question, guys, then we will be calling it a day. I wouldn't take much of your time. I wouldn't take much of my time. Friday is a good time to start your weekend. And that's why you might have heard about TGIF, which stands for Thank God It's Friday. Okay, so somebody said, what are we looking at today? Today is Q&A. So ask your question and then we answer together. What broker do you use? I use ICM. I could drop the link in the chat section. Let me drop the link. So if anybody's interested in using the broker that I trade with, I actually use a couple of brokers, but this one is one of the major ones I use. And that's it. I have dropped the link over there for you to make use of, and that is for Coritius Reed. Let me see. Do you think it will affect price of DXY? If you're talking about the news, yes, it should affect the price of DXY, and that is the dollar index. And remember, we said not too long ago that Jerome Powell, of course, is to the US, and of course, the US is to the US dollar, and of course, the DXY is the USD index, right? Which also has a correlation, heavy correlation with the major currency pairs and gold. Okay, Joe Dunbar said there is Fed Chair Powell speech after 2 hours. Yes, indeed. US dollar may get weak. Yes, indeed. US dollar may get weak. It might strengthen. Who knows? But if you look at the US dollar, so far so good this week, especially this week, the US dollar has been on the bullish move, and it is due. Yeah, you could as well say it is pretty much due for a pullback, a reasonable pullback, right? And that is the dollar index for you. Okay, so let's see how that goes. Joe Dunbar said DXY is going down. Yes, it's going down from, like, will I say the night, from yesterday night, or let me just say from when the market closed till now. So it has been retracing. Let's see whether it will retrace further or whether it will push back to the highs of this week, right? There are different ways to look at the market. You can look at the market based on the information for the day. You can look at the market from information from the week, or look at the market from the information for the month at the end of the day. Okay. Can you check JPY pairs, Kevin Long? Okay, we'll see, because that is a question. So we'll see whether we can check one or two JPY pairs. Let me just clean up this chart. I know I have the dollar yen over here, the dollar yen over here. I posted this chart somewhere because this is actually a fresh trade. If I cross over to the 30 minutes, I'll show you guys something. This looks like a sort of head and shoulders pattern, right? And it is what a counter trend move. The counter trend moves could be good as well, because you could have a small stop loss for a take profit of, assuming it breaks this level, you have a final take profit here, right? We should give you about 200 plus pips, and that will be a good one for a runner, because always make sure your reward is high compared to your risk. Reward should always be higher compared to your risk. So this is the dollar yen. Let's look at a few other yen pairs, the Euro JPY. Euro JPY as well. I could easily call this, you can see the Euro JPY is different from the dollar yen. The dollar yen, if you look at it, we're having a major up move. But you look at the Euro JPY, it more or less looks like a sort of pullback to this area here. We have like a sort of supply over here. If you look at it, the supply over here based on this highs here. I can see some reversals here as well. The price is here, and that means it is good for a reversal. And then also, if you play around with your trend lines, right, you should have something here as a sort of chart pattern. If you look closely, you should have like a sort of chart pattern here. And then this area here, as we just said, is the area to pay attention to. And this is for Euro JPY. For Euro JPY, if you're looking at selling the Euro JPY based on the yen pairs, you can see the dollar yen 2 was also extremely high, which is ready for a CT move. You could also put up your divergence there, maybe based on the RSI, relative strength index, or any other oscillator indicator, right? So this is for Euro JPY. Let's look at one more. Let's look at the pound JPY. Yeah, pound JPY. I'll click on it and drag inside. And this is the information we have for the pound JPY as well. First thing that jumps at me is this little chart pattern that we have here. You could more or less call this like a sort of rising flag pattern from here, and then you can see this reaction here. So this is also a good trade to take if you are a CT trader, counter trend trader, that is on this one. And also the dollar yen, the Euro JPY is more of a trend move. At the same time, they're all signaling a sell on the yens, right? That's a sell on the yen pairs. So here it would easily be a good area for profit, assuming you get an entry here where it is, and you can see it is reacting a bit over here. If you get an entry over here, this will be a good place to take your final profit because of these areas of resistance, where it acts a bit as support, even though it didn't quite get there. But this will also be a good place to take your final take profit, assuming that it can play out according to your analysis today. For me, I don't hold trades over the weekend. So if you want to hold trades over the weekend or place fresh trades or whatever, and then, you know, leave it for that long, just make sure you tidy up your trades properly. Make sure your stop loss is in place, because there might be gaps over the weekend open as well. Okay, quickly, let me just jump back into the comment section. Let me see. Oh, nice. Gabriel, afternoon, sir, from Nigeria. Awesome, Nigeria in the building. My country, Nigeria. How are you doing today, Mr. Gabriel? I'm presently in Canada, British Columbia. If anybody's in BC, let me know. If you happen to be in my city, I always say we can meet up in person and have a cup of coffee and then just discuss business. So we could have ice cream as the weather permits now. It's nice and sunny. Okay, let's see. Can you check US 30? That's from Gabriel. Okay, let's check the US 30. US 30, that should be the Dow Jones. Where are you? US 30. Yeah, US 30. So let me clean up this chart first of all, and then I'll just drag US 30 into here, and then we look at what it had. Let it load properly. Okay, beautiful. Now it has loaded properly from this 1 hour time frame. I'm going to mention a few things I can see immediately from my eyes. Here happens to be an area of resistance. If you look at this, you should be able to identify these areas here that have been acting as resistance, meaning that most likely, if the price should get back to this point again, we should be looking forward to selling it here to take it back down, right? That's number one. Another thing I have noticed just from looking at this, and when it comes to analysis, after a while, you will be on autopilot analyzing your charts, and you'll be able to easily, quickly see what you're looking out for, whether it's a good trade to try to watch or it's not a good trade. Another thing I'll be looking at is this area here as I'm mapping out. It seems to now be ranging, moving sideways here, which also means that it is due for a breakout. So from the beginning of this month, as you can see from beginning of month here, right from May all the way down till now, the 19th of May, that's about 2 weeks plus. The market has been moving sideways within this area. That means that this US 30 is due for what? Is due for a breakout, right? The Dow Jones is due for a breakout. One good thing about trading also is that correlation is also good. For this US 30, you can also check on the SPOs, the S&P 500, and also the NASDAQ, as they tend to move in similar patterns as well. Just a quick of heads up. That's for US 30. Let me quickly see other comments. I think I'm having a lot of comments now. I'm about to speed up. Apologies also, as we always say, we won't be able to treat all the comments as well. Let's see, that's for Gabriel. Check US 30, and Victoria Helena is asking, what do you do over the weekends? I like that. Weekends, first of all, is the time to rest, is the time for family, is the time to also, check on the market. The market is not open during the weekends, but you check on the market for the purpose of revision, reviewing the market, what you traded, what you did not trade, what you could have done better to help you against the next trade. So you can do that probably on Saturday or Sunday. No rush, no pressure. The market is not open, so you can't even place trades in expectation of making money. So weekend is majorly for relaxing, hanging out, and so on. Okay. Let's see which other comments do we have here. This from Danielle Graham. Do you backtest during the weekends? Yes, you can backtest during the weekend. As I said now, the weekend is for revision. So that means that as it's for revision, one way or the other, I am checking on the market based on what has happened in the past. You can backtest your strategy at any time, whether it's the weekends or weekdays. Weekends, I would always advise weekend because weekend is the time where the market is not so volatile as such, or rather, it's not even moving. So no volatility, zero volatility in the market. That's a good time. Okay, let's see some other comments here. Stephen Cook said, hello, Ola. Okay, that's my surname. My surname is Olatunji. You just broke my surname. Okay, kindly do analysis on NZD USD. Okay, let's quickly look at the NZD USD. I'm just going to clean this up here. Let me clean this up. And by the way, I have NZD USD here, so I'm going to click on it as I already have some. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to go back to the US 30 and then just look for NZD USD here. Let's use a fresh chart. This will be a fresh chart here. Now, looking at this NZD 30, first thing that jumps at us is this chart is pretty ugly. Why did I say pretty ugly? Because from where the market started here to where it is here presently, it has been moving sideways. And moving sideways, this is the chart we're looking at. It's moving sideways majorly because we had this extremely up move, and then we had this down move, or we could call them waves if you want. This major up wave, down wave, and then it seems to be building up another up wave over here. So this seems to be building another up wave here. This could easily be a pullback of this down wave. It could be a pullback of this down wave. Who knows? If they pullback of this down wave, I'm going to show you guys something now. Let me clean this up again. If they pull back of this down wave, I can easily put a Fibonacci. We use Fibonacci retracement for pullbacks, for retracement, or price reversing. So I'll draw from the highs here all the way to the lows over here. I can see where the price is currently is around the 50 Fibonacci marker, which is a fantastic area. And then also based on support, resistance, supply, demand, with my eyes, I can see something around here, right? I see something around here where the price is. And what I see is what? An area, right? If you look here, an area that has acted as resistance here, acted as support, acted a bit as what? A bit as support here, but then it is now at this area of resistance, and we can now easily call this a flip zone. A flip zone is an area that has acted as support and resistance in the past. We look at what the price is doing, is reacting to this area, and that means that NZD USD might as well drop all the way down. But you can see that we talked about the chart NZD USD directly. I remember we said the first thing in our trading process to do is to look at the calendar. Check the calendar. You need to be aware that there's news coming up for the dollar, and this is NZD USD. The news coming up for the dollar in a bit, and then also be aware you need to also consult with the DXY. The DXY, the dollar index, would help you for directional bias at the end of the day, right? So that is for NZD USD. That is for I think that's Stephen Cook. Yeah, that asks for NZD USD. Okay, let's other see if another thing come before the storm. Okay, that might probably be for the news coming out. Aaron, good morning. What are your thoughts on AUD USD today? Also, thank you for all the help you give the community. Thank you too. AUD USD, we normally say AUD USD tends to move in a similar way to the NZD USD. They are more or less like twin brothers or twin sisters. They tend to move more or less in the same way. So let's look at the AUD USD now. I'm going to click and drag it here to give us a fresh chart of the AUD NZD, right? And then if you look at what we have right in front of us, right, we're looking at this wave down. This wave down, you can draw a Fibonacci for retracement. Remember, as a trend trader, you're looking forward to pullbacks. Now, for this one, it hasn't quite gotten to where I would really like, because we pay attention to like the 38.2 or 50 or 61.8 areas of interest. So for this one that we have in front of us, where I would like to do something in the market will be somewhere around here. Why? Because this area, if you look very well, has acted as resistance. Well, it's based on my eyes that I'm able to see areas that I really like. I really like to enter the market. Price might get there, might not get there, who knows? But those are the areas that I have marked with my eyes, because your eyes should be your leading indicator, your number one indicator. So with my eyes, I have seen resistance, some support here. That's already a flip zone. And the flip zone is an area that has acted as support and resistance in the past. Resistance. So if you could get here, right? Obviously, I'm not counting on it today, but don't forget we have high impact news coming out soon. But if you could get here, this would be a good place for me to sell and then to take it back down. But then don't forget, pay attention to the dollar, the USD, the news coming out by Powell, be on the wires on giving a speech in about 1.5 hours from now, and also check up with the DXY, the dollar index at the end of the day, right? So that is for the person that asked about AUD USD. Okay, Wayne Police said, thank God it's Friday. Yes, indeed, TGIF. Let's see. What do you think about the news at 10 CST? Yeah, we talked about the news a bit. When it comes to news fundamentals, I personally do not do predictions, right? I prefer for the news to come out, and then we look at the reaction to the market. When we talk about the reaction, it could either be a buy or sell. Traders that wait strictly for the news, for the fundamentals, and when the fundamental comes out and says it's a buy, and then you click on buy, you see the market going down heavily. You're wondering why. Why is simply because you did not probably combine with the technicals. Even though it told you it's a buy, it needs to buy from somewhere, and it needs to buy from the area of support. So the price might as well be going to support. So I do not do predictions, right? When it comes to the fundamentals, I pay attention to them, especially knowing that there's going to be high volatility during that period. Teresa Victor, what do you plan on trading next week? The usual, my major currency pairs and gold, right? And if Bitcoin also gives us opportunity, we can as well jump on that as well. So those are the instruments, my major currency pairs and gold, my go-to instruments anytime, any day. In your trading plan, everybody have a trading plan and write down your instruments, the instrument that you are going to be trading. Do you have any materials we should look at over the weekend? Any materials? I don't understand what you mean. Please explain. Do I have any materials to give out, or I have a course that you can subscribe to? If that's what you're talking about, Dale Zechariah, I have a course. It goes for $200. And if you subscribe to the course, I'll give you some bonuses as well that would also help you. Joshua Gibson said, good evening, dear sir. Great live session. God bless you. God bless you too. God bless everybody here. Right. Thank you. God bless everybody here. Being Patience or buying, sorry, Patience said, do you have a scalping and swing trading strategy? Oh yes, the same strategy. Your strategy can work on any time frame. Scalping, you know, it's from like the 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes time frame. Me personally, if I'm going to be a scalper, I don't think you catch me on the 1 minute time frame. The 1 minute time frame is definitely fast. I don't want to age too fast. So you could obviously use your trading strategy as a scalper or as a swing trader. Okay, Zenobia, we said, I thought this was a question and answer session. Yes, it is. It is. Ask your question and I'll answer. And that's why I'm going over the comments. And the questions, the chats over here that you can see the markings on, people ask questions about the charts. You can ask questions. Ask me. Some people last time, they asked me questions how long I've been trading for. I answered. Ask me questions. Let's discuss. This is meant to be Q&A, right? Which risk reward do you use? Well, when it comes to risk reward, I do not pick any, like 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. It is based on what the market has to offer. If the market is offering me 1 to 1, I like it, I don't like it, I'll decide what to do. If the market is offering me 1 to 10, I like it, I don't like it, I decide on what to do, and so on. Okay, any questions? It's a Q&A session, as somebody just reminded me. I'm just trying to look for questions. Anything I could see at the end that has a question mark. Do you prefer volatile pairs or slow-moving pairs? Either way, whether it is volatile or slow-moving, as long as it gives me good entry and then it gets to my take profit area in good time. Volatile pairs, right, obviously are those ones that can easily get there faster. Like if you look at gold you can say is more volatile than the Euro USD and so on. So you cannot compare the movement of gold to the movement of the other instruments at the end of the day. So it depends on you, right? So my own is that as long as it gets to my profit area and I can smile at the end of the day. Do you take trades over the weekend? I already answered that. No. Remember, this is Q&A. I'm looking strictly for questions to answer. So for Isidore Irving, sorry if I'm murdering anybody's name. No, I do not take trades over the weekend. That's me. It doesn't mean you need to follow me. Find your own path. You could just take a thing from me, take a thing from other facilitators here under the Trading Live platform, mix them together, and then let them become something very powerful for you, right? Become your own trader. What does the pair say on the longer time frame? Which longer time frame exactly? When it comes to the longer time frame, you have a lot of instruments. You have Euro USD, gold, and so on, right? I can as well always switch over to just one, just to show you. I think we did this yesterday. I showed you this yesterday on the gold. You can see on the gold here, we had this on the longer time frame. You can see this entry here is based on the short time frame. On longer time frame, you can see we had like a resistance acted here as resistance coming down. And this here, we mark this here as our area of demand. We're expecting it to go up, and that's why you might probably see this small buy position there. On the Euro USD, look at what we have here as well. It got to this area on the Euro. That means that on this time frame, right, which we're following this wave on this time frame of the daily time frame, if this area should hold, then we should even see the price get to these highs here on the daily time frame. So that is person that asked the question, what do we see on the daily time frame? But let's be more specific with the questions. What trades did you take this week? I showed that earlier. I mean, Euro USD, Pound USD, and I think the dollar Swiss Z, and like 4 trades thereabouts. Okay. Are we just working on all pairs that are dropped? Any instruments you request for, we'll look at it, right? Not just the ones that I drop, or not just the ones that I look at, right? What type of pairs do you consider for scalps? If it's for scalping, like somebody that talks about volatile pairs or slow pace pairs. When it's for scalping, I would always advise that you go for pairs that are not that volatile, right? You need to be careful with volatile trades, especially as a scalper. As a scalper, you also need to pay attention to the news. Okay, do you think I can be profitable as a trader? That's from Tony Sally. Of course, those that are profitable do not have two heads. That means that everybody, we all have the same thing, we all have the same capacity. That means that we can all make it at the end of the day. Just continue, do not give up. Teresa Victor said, can you please explain how to backtest a particular strategy? I'll quickly do that because I have a lot of comments. Apologies, guys, as obviously I won't be able to look at all the comments, unfortunately. But let's do this now. How to backtest. First of all, turn off your auto scroll and then take your strategy to the past. As you can see me scrolling to the back now. Taking strategy to the past now, you can now say, oh, this area here, this is like from March to you're going to backtest your support and resistance. Backtesting your support and resistance, you now mark something like here, where you have this area as resistance, acted here as support, and over here to our support. You can see backtesting. If you had entered here, it means that the price would have from here moved back to the highs here and have made good profits. You can go back in time as well. Backtest maybe based on trend move. So you look for a nice trend, maybe something like this. This is a nice trend, and then find out whether let me go back to the nice trend that we have here, something like this. From this nice trend, find out whether you had an entry. And if you look at this here, from this area, I'm going to some markets here. From this area here, I'll just mark this here. And then you can see that this was an area of what? Here was an, here was an area of like support. It broke out, acted as resistance, and dropped all the way down. So backtesting your strategy is also very key, very important. And you can do this anytime. Just turn off your auto scroll and so on. Okay. Apologies, guys. We'll be running up within a few minutes and I won't be able to attend to all the questions. You can also chat me up on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at CSA Forex, and I'm presently streaming live on my YouTube as well. For my YouTube, you could also find me at CSA Forex. I'll drop the direct link now so that you can subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that when I drop a video, not just a live, when I drop a video talking about one topic or the other for a few minutes, you can also take advantage of that. So that is the link I have just dropped for you all to subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell, watch some of the videos, comment, like them, and you can also share as well. You can also comment in the YouTube channel under a video. Let me know a video that you'd like me to produce. Let me know, and you must comment in the YouTube channel. Watch any of the videos there. Comment that I would like to see a video on XYZ. It doesn't have to be on a chart. It could be on something, probably how to set price alert. I already have a video on that, or probably how to draw support and resistance or supply demand or whatever the case may be. I'll do a few minutes video for you. I will help you out. I keep on getting this question. Do you have other jobs or you are a full-time trader? Yes, I'm a full-time trader, but also I'm a photographer, a videographer as well. I shoot weddings, functions, and so on. So I have a bit of this and a bit of that as well. You stream on the weekends and do reviews. Unfortunately, I do not stream on the weekends, right? I hardly stream on the weekends. If I'm streaming on the weekends, it might probably be like an exclusive webinar, but I haven't done that in a while. So no, to answer Claude Person's question, no. Somebody's asking the question again, what pairs are you looking at for next week? Major currency pairs, major currency pairs, gold and Bitcoin. Do you just get up and pick pairs to take, or are they predetermined? As I just said, major currency pairs. Sorry, I'm laughing at what somebody just said, and I'm going to read it out now. Major currency pairs and what's the name? Gold. Okay, I'm laughing because of what I can see. Abigail Bright. Can I see I'm scrolling down? That means that the comments you guys made much earlier is I'm getting to them now. That's why I'm not able to get to all of them. Abigail Bright said something that made me to chuckle. Said, "Man just turned your son into shorts." You know, when we talk about shorts or longs, shorts is for selling, longs is for buying, and you just shorten my surname and just said Olatunji. My surname is Olatunji, but you just said Ola, right? My name, my first name is Tolu. It's Tolulope for long, but for short, it's Tolu, right? But the surname is not meant to be shortened. I don't think anybody's surname should be shortened. Your first name could be shortened depending obviously where you are and so on. But let's continue. Thank you for the chuckle, Abigail Bryce. Okay. Nigel Wesley said, really enjoyed how fast you are moving, touching all charts. Okay. Q, it looks like it's in consolidation. Okay, probably what we talked about earlier. Can't remember. Let me just see if I have any other questions. You use Elliott waves too? Not exactly. I have knowledge of Elliott waves. Once upon a time, I was searching for the best of the best of the best of the best of the best strategy, and I learned a lot, but I noticed that the best strategy is not there. There's no best strategy. Pick one strategy and stick to it. So I have some knowledge of Elliott waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC correction, 3 wave being the longest, and so on. So once you can identify it, you should have a rough idea what to expect next, because it's all speculation, it's all speculative trading at the end of the day. Do you think the BTC will move over the weekend? Well, who knows? But the weekends for me is usually quiet, even though BTC, you can trade the BTC and other cryptos as you can, with some brokers, they permit you to trade them because BTC more or less doesn't sleep. But at the same time, the weekends volatility tends to dry up because you don't have the major participants trading the weekends as well. Okay, let's just trying to breeze through looking for questions. Maybe anything I missed. Are you taking any trades this afternoon? No, I don't trade much on Fridays. I hardly trade on Fridays. Let's see, some other. How do we pass the funded account challenge? How do you pass the funded account challenge? Trade and grow the account, right? So for you to do that, first of all, determine if you know how to trade. That's where you need to start from. The funded account challenge obviously has to do with you getting good funds. So you need to be able to grow the account. Simple. So check on your trading. You have any questions, any assistance, chat me up on my Instagram, CSA Forex. Guys, I'll be running up within a few minutes. Don't like to go past the hour. If you happen to be under the mentorship, I have mentorship that I run. I have one-on-one sessions that I conduct as well. If you happen to join me, right, of course, it will be much longer for the duration that is than 1 hour, and also it will be for more than 1 day, right? For the mentorship one-on-one sessions I have, they are a minimum, they run for a minimum of 1 month, 1 month. So we'll be together talking about the business for 1 month, looking over my shoulder more or less. Atwood Grantham said, a man that speaks from experience, the eyes tell it all. Yes, indeed, your eyes should be your number one indicator in the business. Your eyes should be your number one indicator in anything and everything. When you are driving, it's your eyes that you are using. You are scanning, right? And it's that scan from your eyes that your brain sends signal to your legs to step on the brakes or accelerator or whatever the case might be. Your eyes in trading, guys, your eyes is the leading indicator. Okay, let me see. What do you do for meditation before entering the chart? I like this question. What do you do for meditation before entering the chart? I breathe. I just make sure I take fresh air and just. My dad always said, just breathe. That's all. Just relax. Right? So whatever helps you for meditation before you enter trades, just do it. Breathing is the easiest for me because it's something that's right accessible to me. If you are a beverage person, coffee or whatever, to help you relax or whatever the case may be, well, I don't know, but for me, I just breathe. Let's see, let me see, scroll down a bit faster. I missed out on some information. Ernest Martin said, that's great. The courses come with a mentorship. You subscribe to the course, which is just $200, right? Is the cost, but I will give you audience. We'll have some, I'll give you a live session as well as a form of bonus. That's for $200. But if you subscribe to the one-on-one, to the main thing, you can check out on the website as well, or you can chat me up on Instagram, right? And we'll see what we can discuss further. I repeat, we'll see what we can discuss further. So, as I said, I have some trades running, and for those trades running, like the pound USD, as an example, pound USD, I'm still in, even though I have this big pin bar, bearish pin at the area of resistance, which might as well come and take me out, no problem. We have news coming out in like 1 hour from now. This will be my take profit. So guys, if this happens when we're not together, because we're going to be rounding this up in a few minutes, if this happens and it gets here, then just know that my Friday ended well. It ended in take profit. But at the end of the day, my Friday is going to end well because I have adjusted my my stop loss. I have managed this trade in such a way that it's now a risk-free trade over here. And of course, my dollar Swizzy is still doing good, looking good as well. It has gotten to this area here of former resistance, which should act as support, but did not act. You can see we've got our entry here for a sell. This is our final take profit. So if you see this as well prior to the news, then just know that this trade also worked well for me. And of course, when you have trades running for a few hundreds, and that is what you call money in the bank, pips that you have made and so on. Guys, if you want to know how to trade, you can chat me up and then we can work something out for you. Subscribe to the course that I have. It's just $200. I'm going to put up the link for you to quickly talk about the link. I'll just put it up for you to quickly have a better understanding of it, right? And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Sorry, guys, I won't be able to treat all the questions, right? Because of time, all your comments. And that's why next week, this time next week, Friday, TGIF, will be having this Q&A session. We're going to try as much as possible to make it regular. So, on Friday, this is what we do. On Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, what we do, and so on. So here in front of you, this is the course. This is the link to the course. I can drop the link for anybody that is interested. I'll drop the link in the comment section and you can subscribe. Don't forget, I'll give you bonus. You can chat me up on Instagram as well. So this here is the link, and you scroll down, you can see what you're going to be getting. These are the video tutorials here, and you can see comments from those that have been able to attend the course and so on. These are comments. You can read them up. I don't want to bore you. This is the price here, $197. You can subscribe and then chat me up on Instagram, and then we would help you out the more. So just go over this and then, satisfy yourself. Let me see if I can quickly go over a few more comments or questions before we call it a day. Ernest Martin said, I'm enjoying this session. Thank you. Agatha said, I've closed for the week, just here to enjoy this stream. Thank you. Awesome. That means that your week was good. Chat me up if you need any, if you have any questions at all. Annabelle Bessemer says, so your strategy works on both sides. Why do you then only take swings? Swings is healthy for me. Swings is healthy for me. Scalping used to be a bit of headache. But what I can do, right? Let me throw this at you, or let me give you this information. Instead of just saying, let me take trades strictly on swing or strictly on scalping, you could take your trades on swing, will enter as a scalp move. I don't know that you understand the concept and the idea behind that. When you enter based on a scalp move, your pips is small than usual, and then your profit is what? Your profit is good to go, because your take profit will still be the same when you are looking at it from the swing time frame perspective. Okay. Marcia Lowell said people are waiting to ask personal questions. You can ask personal questions if you want, it's not a problem. But you know the time is almost up. So that means that if I cannot answer personal questions now, it's not that I'm trying to dodge them or avoid them. It's probably that the time is almost up, and then maybe you could ask them in the live Q&A session next week, Friday. We'll be doing things before Friday, like our live trading analysis sessions as well. Those times will not be for personal questions. It's strictly for trading, where we look at the trading, the markets for opportunities and all. Can you explain accumulation strategy for us? I'm trying to advance my strategy. The timing. I'm about to round up now. Chat me up on Instagram, please. That's for Werner Jenkins. Nathan McDonald. Do you stream on the weekends also, or only on weekdays? Majorly on weekdays. If you want something on weekends, then show me the money. My weekends are strictly for resting. If there is demand, as I always say, if there's demand, somebody will supply. So if you, I have a lot of demand for weekend streams, maybe you could chat me up on Instagram and say, hey, why not do weekend stream? Why not talk about something on weekends? And you guys can also pick the topic on weekends, but the market is not open. We could do a freestyle Q&A session, like an extra Q&A session. Maybe weekends could be on a Sunday, probably when those that go for church, physical or online or whatever, you are back, you're well rested or whatever the case might be. We could do that. Okay, it seems I've gotten to the bottom. Awesome. So I've gotten to the bottom of the comments here. Then we're going to call it a day. Yes, we are going to call it a day. Okay, I can't see any other comments or questions rather. So I want to say thank you guys for joining me here. Guys, let me know in the comment section if you have gotten value from this our Q&A, if you have learned one thing or the other. If the answer is yes, please type value. Type value if you have gotten value. Type value, VALUE, type value in the comment section if you have gotten value from our session today. Right? It's always good when we know that at least what we're doing is making sense and is helping somebody out at the end of the day. You can type value, let us know if you've gotten value. I repeat, let us know if you have gotten value from our stream, from what we have been discussing so far, right? So I want to say thank you guys. That's been a good one. I can't see any comments from anybody. Nobody's typing value. I know there's a bit of delay as well. From when I talk, I know from the comment section, it takes a bit of a time for the comments to drop in. And that's why most times I talk, then I come back and check the comments and just do that so that I don't miss out on anything. But as I can't see anything, no problem. Maybe the comments will drop later that you got value, and maybe you did not get any value, and that's why nobody's typing value as well. But it's not a problem. I want to say thank you guys. Enjoy the weekend. Make sure you get some rest. You can also do your revision, do your reviews of what happened the week. You can also do your back testing and so on. Make sure you use the weekend. How will I put it? Make sure the weekend is productive no matter what you do, right? I, of course, spend time with the family. As I said earlier, it's a good time to catch up on maybe your significant other, maybe your kids or whatever the case might be. Everybody needs a bit of attention. It's not just your chats that need attention, but of course, other things need attention as well. Okay, so yes, chat me up on Instagram if anything you're interested in a mentorship session with me. Chat me up on Instagram and then we can discuss and then set something up for you, and then you come into my world fully. So thank you guys. Do enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you all. Enjoy the weekend and goodbye for now. Enjoy the weekend. I'm also typing it out. Enjoy the weekend and goodbye for now. Cheers, guys. God bless.